if you want to make a shit ton more money and have an impact in your business that will actually make you happy, this quick live is for you. I'm coming on to talk about how to actually be opportunistic in your business without feeling sleazy or unethical. First and foremost, let's talk about what I mean by opportunistic. Most of you probably think that that means sliding into cold DMs, being really sleazy and just being like, hey, here's my thing. Hi. No, it is not old, outdated marketing messaging. It's not old, crappy, OMG, you look so great in that. This is what I do, right? It's not following people, commenting really sincere sounding messages and then sliding in their DMs and being like, by the way, did I mention that I do this XYZ? No. Opportunistic is literally just seizing an opportunity that is either presented to you or created by you. That's the first thing. It's just understanding what opportunistic actually means. There is nothing inherently good or bad about it. It is just a thing, right? It's just a thing. It does not mean that you are sleazy. It does not mean that you are greedy. It means literally nothing about you other than you are someone who takes advantage of an opportunity presented to you or an opportunity that you create for yourself. And if you want to really have an impact in this world through your business, you have to be opportunistic. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this is an ongoing conversation. I'm not going to dig into all of the mindset here. I encourage you to journal through or to use intuitive arts to go through what comes up in your body, what comes up in your mind, beliefs, thoughts, habits, physical sensations when you hear the word opportunistic or when you think about being opportunistic. You first have to identify what comes up for you, what this truth is for you. When you identify it, you bring awareness to it, you can start to see, oh, that actually feels really shameful here because of XYZ story or narrative. When you have that awareness of it, you can start to work through it, basically by disproving that old narrative in your mind. That, again, is an ongoing mindset shift, an ongoing identity shift. Much harder to encapsulate in a quick little IG live here, but if you've got questions, send me a DM and we can talk through it. Again, my number one recommendation is to either journal through it or use intuitive arts, which is movement or drawing based, to help express some of that without the need to verbalize it. So I want to talk today really about the how, the practical application of being opportunistic in your business. And there are two main ways you can go about this. One of them is to create opportunities for yourself, and then one of them is to be ready for opportunities that come your way. So a proactive and a more reactive way of being opportunistic. First and foremost, let's get into the proactive because we are proactive people. Create opportunities for yourself. There is a reason that pretty much every MLM company uses the tactic that I'm going to teach you right now. It is about utilizing the people in your world. This does not mean that you spam everybody in your world with some cold email or some cold text message or phone call that's like, hey, Aunt Judy, do you know blah, 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 blah? Again, we're not being sleazy here, but we're being genuine. When we create opportunities, the best and easiest place, easiest being subjective, is to start closest to us. Literally go through, who do you know? How do you know them? What kind of relationship do you have with them? But before we even get into that, you have to know, what is your goal? What are you working towards? Do you want more sales in a course? Do you want more clients? Do you want more money? Do you want to create a referral partnership, a network? What is the goal that you have? Get really, really clear on that goal, because if you don't know where you're going, you cannot build a journey to get there. Hey, lady. So now that you know what that goal is, what that sale is, what the client retention, whatever it is, whatever your goal is. Now that you know what that is, go through who you know. Family, friends, acquaintances, people that you worked with 4 jobs ago that you still stay in contact with. Again, we're not spamming every single person in your LinkedIn contacts, every single person on your Facebook. No, that's sleazy. That's not cool. But really look at who do you know? How do you know them? Are they the people that would make great connections? Do you know someone who could benefit so well from the offer that you have or the service you provide, that you would love to work with, that you genuinely believe would be a great match, could benefit from your whatever? Reach out to them. Say, hey, this is what I've got going on. This is what I'm working towards. Would you like to be involved? Are you interested? Reach out to the people who are indirects or connectors. You know someone in your life who knows someone or could put you in touch with someone. Ask for the connection. In the same way that if you were job hunting and your parent might come in and be like, hey, Uncle Joey knows so-and-so and can get you in. That same thing gets to apply to your business. Ask Uncle Joey, hey, do you know so-and-so? I would love to partner with them. Do you know anyone who would be a XYZ, right? Maybe you are a psychologist and you really want to start getting involved in a specific space of psychology, right? Maybe you really want to start working with teens, but you haven't so far. Go to your friends who have teens. Ask them how they can get involved. Ask them who they know. Do they know educators? Do they know school administrators? Ask for those connections. It is not being spammy. It's not being sleazy to ask for the connection, to ask for assistance. In the same way, you would have no problem, hopefully, right? This is an assumption, but you would have no problem going to a friend and being like, hey, you know, there's something clunking around in my car. I'm not totally sure what it is, but I know you're really good at cars. Do you mind coming over and checking it out for me before I have to go to the mechanic? You can also ask them, hey, you know, you're a runner. I'm a physical therapist. I can help you out. I can help you with your form. I can help you with injury prevention. Do you know any other runners? Are you part of a running group or a running club that would like my services? Can you put me in touch with your coach or the head of the team or whatever it is? It's asking for connections. We as humans, we as mammals, want to help each other. We need, at a neurobiological level, that community. We feel good when we can help someone else out. Give them that opportunity to help you out. It benefits you, obviously. You make that connection, or at least you prove to yourself that you can do the hard work of asking for help, asking for support, asking for connection. And it also gives your friend or your loved one or your client or your whatever that opportunity to feel really good, because we like to feel good and we feel good when we can help other people out. And like I said, there's a reason that pretty much every MLM company pushes this tactic. Now we're not getting into the conversation of how they push this tactic, but we are a community-based creature. When you can build up that community, utilize that community, you foster the relationships and you actually build a stronger community. So creating those opportunities, and there are a million ways to do this. I talk about that actually in my upcoming program, Magnetic Visibility. But there are a million ways to do this. First and foremost, though, utilize the network that you have. Utilize the people in your world. This looks like going back to previous clients. This looks like talking to previous clients. Hey, if you're enjoying this blah, blah, blah with me, do you know anyone else who would benefit? Give them a referral bonus. Don't. Say thank you. Whatever. It's up to you. But utilize the people who are already in your world. That's the first one. That is the proactive way of being opportunistic. Now let's talk about the more reactive way. This is when an opportunity presents itself. Maybe you're out in the store and I don't know, you're a child psychologist and you hear some kid having a tantrum and the parent just seems incredibly overwhelmed and have no idea what they're doing, right? I don't know. That's the example that's coming up. Have the opportunity. You have the opportunity. You are given the opportunity. How do you take advantage of it? How do you seize that opportunity, right? Again, first part of this, knowing what your goal is, knowing what it is you're working towards. Because when you have that awareness, and not just like, okay, I have my goal sheet over here and I know I'm working towards $1,500 in my business this month. Intimately know that. Intimately be aware of what is going on, what you're building towards. Write it every day. Sit with it every day. Anchor it into your body every single day. Know what that goal is. And then be ready to talk about it. You want to be so ready for it that there is not more than 2 seconds of hesitation when someone says, hey, I'm actually really looking for a book publisher. Do you know one? And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm a book publisher. Yeah, I can help you out with that, right? No hesitation. Know what your goal is. Sit with it every single day. And then the third part of that is to have some collateral ready. Now, okay, if you are live with me, can you let me know if you can hear and see me? Because my phone just kind of freaked out. I'm going to keep going, hoping that you can still see and hear me. Well, that's kind of annoying. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so thank you both. I appreciate that. So the third part of the reactive piece is that collateral. Now, this isn't completely necessary, but it can help us to feel more confident. And this can look like a really simple business card that has your contact information. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy or detailed, but when you are out and about in the real world, right, in the physical we're here world, having a business card that you can say like, oh, here's my contact information. People will remember you first and foremost because business cards are honestly dying. They should be coming back. And it also gives them something physical to remember. So even if they put it in their wallet or their purse, they will find it, right? But it gives you that extra sense of like, oh, I'm legit. Like, I just handed somebody my business card. It boosts your own confidence. This can also look like a digital business card as well, an email, something that's ready to go with your contact information, your name, and your title or what you do. So it's name, title or tagline about your business name if you operate under something different from your own given name, and then contact information. It's about being ready to go. You know your goal, you know it without hesitation, you are ready, you primed yourself for those opportunities, because when you have awareness of what you're working towards, your mind actually is going to be scanning for opportunity. In the same way that when you buy a new car and now you start to notice like, oh, actually everyone has a Honda CR-V, like, whoa, I didn't realize. When you are intimately aware of the goal that you are working on, your mind is scanning for those opportunities to bring that into your reality. And then having that collateral, whether it's digital or not, is a nice little boost of being like, here you go, let's go. So mine is that very obnoxious tech interruption in the middle. We talked about 2 ways to be opportunistic. What opportunistic is, it is literally just seizing an opportunity. It does not have any good or bad connotations to it inherently. We talked about being proactive and we talked about being more reactive. Go out today and do one thing that is opportunistic. Come back, drop it in the comments or send me a DM and let me know. Let's celebrate together changing the paradigm about what opportunistic is and how fucking juicy it gets to be in business when you take advantage of what you can. Seize every single opportunity that comes your way. Come back and let me know and celebrate. If you are looking for more support around how to create these opportunities, how to react to these opportunities, and or how to start shifting the mindset around this, because especially as women, we are told never to be opportunistic, never to raise our hand up and say, I am here, I've got what you want, I'm amazing, come get it. It's a whole identity shift when you start to work through that. If you are looking for any of that support, come into my world. Send me a DM. I do not come off with a cold sell or anything like that. Come in, let's have a conversation. Let's see if that is better supported through a one-on-one conversation, through a one-on-one package, or if that is better supported through my membership that is always open for enrollment. And let me know what I can help you with. Go out there and be opportunistic. Actually, I want to read a comment. Just found some people in my ED prof group looking. Yes, exactly, Jenna. Talk to them. Make those conversations. The opportunities are there. We decide whether we seize them or not. Good job, guys.